This is the lab for Hsrp using IPv6. This is a scenario. Router 1 simulates the internet. It has a loopback with this IPv6 address that ends with 8888. Router 2 has this IPv6 address that ends with 102. Router 3 has this LAN IPv6 address that ends with 103. Action item number 1, configure Hsrp in this IPv6 network with this prefix. We'll have to use a Slack at PC1 in order to validate. So let's configure that. Router 2, it doesn't have anything. So it wants to check what is my IP address. This is my IP address on the LAN. So let's configure Hsrp. Standby version 2, that is the version that can handle IPv6. Standby IPv6. Now, yeah, you can configure here manually the link local address, but let's Hsrp figure this out. Standby priority 110. Standby preempt. Show standby. It is still changing states. It must reach the active state. Well, it has figured out that this is the virtual link local IPv6 address using this virtual MAC address. Notice that the MAC address is used in order to calculate the link local address. So it is active now. Let's configure this one. Oh, it has this IP address. Just informative. Standby version 2. Standby IPv6 autoconfig. Standby preemption. So it should be working now. So let's go to PC1 and let's auto configure it. Let IPv6 do its magic. IP auto. Then let's check that it worked. So this using Slack, end devices receive the first 64 bits from the network, from the router advertisements that are coming from the default gateway, and they figure out the other 64 bits using another algorithm that is based on the MAC address. EUI 64, I believe. So we can ping routers to IP address just to see if it's working at all. Um, 103. Let me see. No, hold on. What is the IP address of routers 2? Show IPv6. Interface brief. On this one. I want to. Unreachable. What's going on here? Okay. Why it's not reaching router 2? What's going on here? It is reaching router 3. What's going on here? Why? I'm going to do shoot, not shoot. Okay. Okay, time to restart that. Okay, now I'm reaching both routers, and let's see if I can reach the loopback that is beyond the default gateway. I can do it. I can do it. Trace. Let's see what path it is using. I'm using router 2, which is great. Now let's go to the next action item. Use track and shut down P50 and router 2. So router 3 should take over. So let's go to router 2, configure track 1, interface 50, line protocol, interface gigabit 10, standby, track 1, preempt, decrement 20. So let's go to interface 50 and shut down. So we are now at 90. This router should give up its role. So let's see here. So standby. It is now active. So let's see if PC1 can ping. Okay, it's still can ping the loopback. Let's see where it is going through. It is going through router 3. It is great. It's working. Review IPv6 packets sent with using Hsrp. Let's see what packets are going through here. And these are hellos. Hellos, interface state. Hello. Okay. What I'm not seeing here are the router advertisements. Let's see if I issue the command again in router 6. In PC1, IP auto. Let's see okay. And it seems that it only sends a router advertisement after a router solicitation from the PC. Then we can see the router advertisement coming from browser 3, where it informs what is the first 64 bits. So in this way, the PC can have the information regarding the first 64 bits of the IPv6 address. Some routers will send this router advertisement periodically, but it seems that Hsrp will not. It will only send a router advertisement after a router solicitation. Other routers will send it no matter what. Okay. The source of this router advertisement is the link local address that corresponds to Hsrp. So that way the end device can figure out what is the default gateway IP address. So that's it.